Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching us from. My name is Grace from Marriage Counseling and Parenting. If today is the first time you are seeing us, we are live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok on Marriage Counseling and Parenting. So let us go to the reason why we are here. There has been this trend on social media about domestic violence. So I would like to talk about it today. So what is domestic violence? Domestic violence is an abuse that occurs in a domestic setting such as marriage or cohabitation. Domestic violence is often used as a synonym for intimate partner violence, which is committed by one of the people in an intimate relationship against the other person and can take place in a heterosexual relationship. Domestic violence also involves violence against children, parents, spouse, or the elderly. So, any form of domestic violence is not accepted at all. It can range from subtle, coercive forms to marital rape and other violent physical abuse such as choking, beating, female genital mutilation, and acid throwing that may result in disfigurement or death, and includes the use of technology to harass, control, monitor, stalk, or hack. The victims of domestic violence are overwhelmingly women. Women tend to be the more severe forms of violence. Domestic violence often occur when the abuser believes that they are entitled to it. Just like Peter Osinachi's husband. He thought that he is entitled to it. He thought that all the thing he's doing is legal, that he has the right as long as he has paid the bride price, as long as he has done the wedding and everything, that he has the right, the legal right to beat up his wife anyhow, to abuse her in any form or any shape he likes, that he does not care about anything in the world, that he can do anything without being afraid of being reported, without being afraid of others hearing or abuse or confronting him. He doesn't care. He doesn't even give a care. That is why he has been beating up his wife, abusing her both emotionally, physically, and mentally. That is how he killed that woman. So say no to any physical form of abuse or any domestic violence. Many people do not recognize themselves as abusers or victims because they may consider their experiences as family conflicts that have gotten out of control. They may see it, my husband used to beat me whenever he's drunk. Whenever I ask him for money, he will just beat me up. That is a typical lie. He is a violent type. Run away from that relationship. Run away from that marriage. It's better for you to stay away from that marriage and leave. Train your children in the way that God wants than for you to die in a domestic marriage in a pathetic way. It's very, very wrong. In an abusive relationship, there may be phases of abuse during the initial stage where the partner will, the conflict will just start. There will be insult. The abuser will start abusing the victim or the wife. He will start calling her names, doing all manner of things. Then it will reach to tension or escalation stage where the violence will now escalate. The thing will now escalate. The man will either beat up his wife, either choke her, either do all manner of things once, or even throw acid. Then if the woman survives it, the man will now start saying that is devil's work. Please, I am sorry, honey. Please forgive me. It is the devil's work. I am very, very sorry. I did not even know when I did that. Please forgive me. Then the woman, being a sympathetic, being a kind-hearted woman, she will now forgive the man, and they will enter honeymoon stage where everything will come back to normal, and the husband and wife will start the tension again. The tension will start. They will start from the initial stage, tension and honeymoon stage, until the woman dies, until that abuser kills. He will stop at nothing than to kill that woman. There is this woman in my area. The husband has been beating her up, and the children separated them. They built house for their mother, and they even built shop. and stock the shop with goods and ask the woman to be selling there. The man still came back and start abusing the wife even in that their children's house. Then when the children came back, they beat off their father. After beating up their father, they now went back. The man continued to stay with the wife. At a point last year, he killed that woman. The woman he beat her in such a way that the woman couldn't even see. She was blind. The last born was the one who, helping the woman to walk. And when she recovered from her other injuries, the children now opted for operation so that she can be able to see with her eyes. I don't know if it is because of the fear or the trauma or whatever. She now gave up the ghost. She died last year, 2021, which is very, very bad. Abuse is very, very bad. The victims may be trapped in domestically violent situations through isolation, power and control, traumatic bonding to the abuser, cultural acceptance, lack of financial resources, fear and shame, or to protect the children. Some women used to stay in an abusive relationship just to protect their children. No, if you die, let me tell you one truth that you don't know. If you die in that abusive marriage, your children will still survive in one way or the other. They will survive somehow. And when they survive, what are they going to do when they grow up? They will blame you. And the only thing that they will do is that they will just use one of your picture that they will be able to find, or they may be able to find, or they will even download it from the social media. They will now use it and do it forever in our memory. But you have been long gone and forgotten. So, my sister, there is no harm in trying. Leave that marriage. Leave that domestic marriage. Leave that violent marriage before that marriage kills you. Okay, as a result of abuse, victims may experience physical disabilities. There is this one. The husband beat her, break her 2 legs. Today, she cannot walk. Today, as I'm talking to you, she cannot walk as a result of domestic violence. So, don't just stay in an abusive marriage and say that, oh no, it will be better, I will be praying for him. So I used to read some posts on social media where some people will complain about how their husband or their spouse is treating them, and people will tell them to pray. Somebody that is beating you up with belt, with cane, with all manner of things, and you are advising that person to pray. My sister, this is not time for prayer. It is time for you to take action. Don't be in an abusive relationship. It will not do you any good. Imagine Osinachi, this gospel singer that we all know as a spirit-filled singer. What happened to her? She died as a result of domestic violence. What do you think killed her? Her husband kicked her chest, and according to what they are saying, they said blood accumulated in her chest, and that is how she gave up the ghost. Some were saying throat cancer. She eventually died. With all manner of abuse, she eventually did what? She died. She gave up the ghost. Who will train her children tomorrow? The husband, maybe if they did not execute him, they will sentence him to life imprisonment. He's there enjoying his own life somehow, and you have died, decayed and forgotten. Yeah, after some weeks now, people will forget about anything about her, except if you are playing her song, you now remember her. I saw a post yesterday on social media handle platform. A woman was choked to death by her own husband. The man used to collect money from the woman. He will not pay back, and that day the woman now asked for the money. The man dragged her inside and choked her to death. Could you imagine that mortuary attendant have to push the woman, force the woman's tongue inside? And if you see her eyes, you will see that she was choked to death. The man was saying that she wanted to kick him, and she kicked him and collapsed. People were asking her, then what happened to her face? Why your face? Why did you have scratch? Say that he scratched himself when he was pinching his pimple. Can you imagine? Our women, I don't know why we are so stupid in such a way that you will love a man and love him to the point of death. You will love him in such a way that even if he's killing you. I saw one that after plaiting hair with wool, you know that if you plait hair, newly plait hair used to, in fact, it's very, very sweet. And she came back. The husband was dragging her on that her hair. And if you watch the video very well, you see flood. There is a flood on that their street. The man was dragging her inside that flood. I don't know why you, and tomorrow you will not come and apologize. Please, honey, very sorry, and you forgive him and follow him to that house. He will just kill you. Some people used to kill their wife and they will run away before you find out that the woman is there. There is a case of somebody in Abuja. She has two children. The husband stabbed her. She fought for her life till the next day, and when the neighbors and their people now found her and rushed her to the hospital, she gave up the ghost. She died. The husband stabbed her on the stomach and she died. She did not make it, and now she left her two children behind and died. So it is not good for you to abuse. In fact, violent relationship will do you no good. I like that girl that took the bold step to leave that violent marriage, that violent relationship. She just call off the wedding. Imagine a man that is about to become your husband pursuing you with machete, pursuing you with knife, beating you up with his belt, beating you up with cane as if you are a puppy. Even puppy, they have right. There is a point that you abuse an animal, you will now turn around and bite you. But our women doesn't do like animals. They will not bite. They will choose to endure till they take their last breath. No, it's not good. You have to stand your ground. Leave. I am not telling you to maybe divorce the man. Just separate from him. Be doing your own thing. Be faithful to God and serve God the way you want. But don't mess up. Just keep your body as holy as you can and serve your God. But don't stay in a marriage that you will stay and be blaming God, asking God why. You will not even live. If you die in that abusive relationship, if you reach heaven, God will blame you. Let me tell you. God will blame you. Who will train that your children? Those children you left behind, who will train them for you? Nobody. And God said that you have to train them in the way in his way. Why are you now leaving them behind? Due to domestic violence, you will now choose to die in an abusive marriage. No, now, my sister, it is not good. You don't have to do that. You have to come out, speak up. And those neighbors that used to keep quiet, if you see your fellow neighbor or tenant abusing his wife, you keep quiet until that man kills his wife before you start bearing witness. You come and be a witness bearer. We don't need your witnesses this time. We want you to take action. Raise alarm. Don't stop keeping quiet. Raise alarm so that some of our women will be saved. Because I believe that this woman that her husband choked to death, the neighbors were there. Had it been the raise alarm, this man wouldn't have choked his wife. He wouldn't have succeeded. Even if he had the intention of killing that woman, he wouldn't have succeeded. And the woman, maybe that would have been a wake-up call for her to leave that marriage. Please, stop being a witness bearer. We don't need it this time around. We need action tenant, action people that will raise alarm, beat the hell out of that man, beat the hell out of that woman. And if you have a sister or a brother that is in an abusive relationship, don't just come out and tell us that her husband beat her or kill her. We don't need that type of story again. My people said, if you know what you will do, the good that you will do to your sister, do it for her when she is still alive, to appreciate you, not in death. This thing snatches people are saying later when she died is not good. You're supposed to fight for justice for her when she's still alive. Even if she refused to admit that those things you are saying, you have to say it so that her husband will know that she had people. Not that just leaving her. We asked her to come out, she said no. We wanted to come and say it, she said no. When press people start visiting her home every day, that is when she will be forced to open up and tell people what she's passing through. But if you keep quiet until she gave up the ghost, and you come on social media and social media platform to come and tell us, lament, cry, and tell us that your husband's sister did her this, did that, your in-law did this, I will not even listen to you. And I know that some people will not listen. We need action now that things have not happened. We need you to stop those things now. Rescue your sister now that she's still alive. Even if she did not want to come out, use force. she's mentally unstable to think straight. Use your hand and rescue her. If you leave her in that place, her own don kpome. So my brothers and my sisters, I want you to stop any form of abuse, no matter the cause of it, or no matter what may lead to that. Stop it. My sister, run away from any form of abuse. Stay away from abusive partner. Thanks, and see you on the next one.